Namaste, one and all. Today, we are going to discuss some aspects of the rituals, daily rituals, which are required to be performed by the housewife. That is, Grihini Kartavya, it is called as. So, let's see some of them and try to understand the scientific importance or ritualistic importance of those things. So these things are narrated or revealed in the Mahabharata Dirgha Satra Yaga during the Aitareya Upanishad Vyakhyana by Brahmarshi K.S. Nityananda Swamiji in Jnanashakti Subramanya Swami temple. Door Puja, first one is the Door Puja, which is called as Dwara Puja. Drawing some strokes at the entrance of the house. You maybe uh, you would have seen this in the Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, in most of the southern parts of India. So they put some strokes to at the end of the we call what is called as a wooden piece which is kept in the door. So at the bottom of the door, we call it as a hostilu. I don't know the other words for that. So that hostilu puja, it's called as Dwara Puja. So Dwara also has some characteristics from the Vastu and also as per the uh, other rules of Dharma Shastra. So doing a very simple puja to the Dwara, that is the door and its bottom wooden piece. So this practice is devised to provide protection to the entire house. The later explanation of the word housewife is that the grihini is that she is the wife of the householder, but that is the later explanation. But however, according to the previous explanation of this word etymology, so housewife or the grihini, grihamuchyate, that is, housewife is the authority of the house. The entire responsibility of the house protection lies in her hands. Okay, thus there is no room for any misfortunes to enter through the door puja. So it's not just about drawing some strokes, it is a commitment to prevent those misfortunes. In the past, the housewife had 10 plus, 20 plus children. Drawing Rangoli was the arrangement for taking care of all of them. If you draw and worship the proper lines, even if the children are playing outside, they will not face any problems. The stroke, those kind of strokes drawing has geometrical patterns, so they have that much power. Nowadays, we hear about so many misfortunes in many places. For example, a 3-year-old child fell from a cradle and died, snake bites, electrical shocks, crackers, accidents in front of house, so many miseries. What's the reason? There was no Rangoli drawn in the house. We have abandoned the Dwara Puja. It was like this in the past. If you perform the door puja, there is no need to experience such grief. You can forget all the sorrows, but the mother can't forget the grief of a child dying, even if she dies herself. That's how painful it is. Why? There is no such emotion involved. It is a part of her. Protecting that becomes the mother's primary goal. But why is protection not happening now? The Dwara Puja and the Rangoli drawing are the essential parts of the protective processes that have been neglected due to not performing this task, which approximately takes 2 or 3 minutes during the day with proper devotion. You are becoming victims of many troubles and losses. So the next point is very simple one to look is the rangoli, which we call the geometrical patterns which are drawn in front of the house. Placing a small rangoli in front of the house signifies meditating on Mrityunjaya, the conqueror of death. It's not an elaborate ritual. Just meditating on Mrityunjaya is important here. This prevents death from entering the house. Only if the housewife gives permission can death enter, otherwise, it cannot. The special power of placing a rangoli to prevent untimely deaths happening in the house, we have forgotten that. The important thing to remember here is Draw the traditional geometrical patterns which are coming under the Rangoli patterns, not some tantric mandalas and all. Okay, so remember that in the mind and use only the traditional Rangoli. So don't mix match that with the tantric mandalas. So that may have a different meaning altogether. Okay. The third one is the Go Puja, uh, the cow puja, which is an important part of Hindu tradition because Go is considered as a mother. So she provides us the milk for the nourishment and all the other panchagavya what we see. So that's very important. Ghee, uh, curd, gomutra, gomaya, all these things. So they play an important role in the nourishment of individual as well as the nature. So all the 33 crore devatas reside in the go. So that is, it has that much power. So go puja, looking at the go itself is a at the early morning itself is a uh, it's going to bring the fortune to you. So and praying, giving some food to it, and doing a very simple puja to that uh, brings you the good fortune. The next one is the Surya Puja. So, you know, some vitamin comes from the Surya, sun. So it's not the case. All the vitamins are originating from the sun itself, the solar light. Due to the photosynthesis, the plants are able to generate these kind of vitamins, so which we consume and get nourished. So not only that, all the uh, creatures in this world are being protected by the sun. So sun plays an important role. So just looking at the early morning sun and praying with humbleness, so also gives you the intake of the 16 main kiranas which are originating at that point of time, which are quoted in the Vedic Bhauta Shastra, Vedic physics. So Surya Puja is very simple. So in terms of Sandhya Vandanam, we give the Argya, Surya Argya, the water to the Surya. So, but for the Grihini, also can give the Argya, or she can also pray to the sun god. Just close, close the hands and pray, do the Namaskara and pray. So that's sufficient. So not for the self, not only for the self, but for the family and for the society and for the whole world. Then the Vamsha Vruksha Puja is the next one, which is a very important tradition. Usually people used to have the Vamsha Vruksha. So that's a family, every family has their own tree. So that tree represents the tradition. So it is uh, inherent connection of the family genetics with the nature. Okay, so they introduce our traditions. So worshipping that tree. So, the Ashwatha Vriksha Puja and uh, Tulasi Puja. So all these play a very important role. All these are very simple without any expense, not laborious, and can be done in 5 to 6 minutes a day. Okay, it is possible to achieve victory over death through them. So the next one is the Atithi Satkaara, which is an important part of the Grihastha. Welcoming the guests with a smile is the first form of hospitality. At the very least, you should offer them a glass of water. You may also provide juice or other drinks as per local customs. So here in our custom, we provide water with the jaggery. So like that, there are different customs. So these acts are not just for your own benefit, but also to protect and care for the elders and younger ones who have sought refuge with the housewife. Grihini take care of all the people in the house. It conveys the meaning of such a unique, selfless life. The happiness of all these people brings peace to the housewife. The purpose of all these processes is to attain that peace. How should this work be done? In the past, rainwater used to trickle down gently and continuously. Nowadays, you can see this for example, in the Charmadi Ghat here during the rainy season. Your work should also flow gently and continuously with dedication every day. So then no death will come near you. So don't delegate these works to somebody else, mason or servants. So do it yourself. It's a responsibility of the housewife or the grihini to perform these uh, simple rituals daily without any stopping. Okay, at the end of the life, in the mortal world, people will attain death effortlessly without any illness or suffering. So there will be satisfaction and happiness, but no sorrow in that case. So this can be achieved in just 5 minutes a day by following these practices with the devotion. Pain only occurs when death is met with struggle. So there will be no problems with diseases, hospitals, and so on, accidents, etc. So the detailed explanation of all these things are found in Vedas, but not in this Aitareya Upanishad, but in Vedas. For example, in the Rig Veda, Vasishta Mandala. So Vasishta and Arundhati couple are the very elder ones for us, all the grahasthas, all the householders. So they have narrated, they have provided the guidelines how uh, family should uh, survive and how they should get the protection, what rituals have to be done. All these things are decided by Saptarshis. So during this occasion, I would like to pray, let us all pray to Vasistha and Arundhati and all the Saptashis to protect all our families. Thank you, one and all.